It wore a uniform and arrogance as its badge of honor.
Excuse me, ma'am. You can't bring that dog in here.
I paused near the produce aisle. The tone struck me like an open palm.
Look at this, folks. A blind woman claiming she's got a right to bring a mutt into a grocery store. You doing tricks with it too? What? He pick your apples for you?
A burst of laughter from someone near the deli. My cheeks flushed. Luna pressed against my legs protectively. Please stop, you're causing a scene. I just want to buy some groceries.
Buy groceries? What are you buying, ma'am? Hope you brought Braille bananas.
More laughter. A manager hovered in the background, useless.
What's this thing do anyway? Bark once for red apples and twice for green?
He reached for Luna's leash. My hand moved fast, but not fast enough. Don't touch her, please, she's all I have.
Oh, now I get it. You trained it to help you scam sympathy. Good gig.
Then he yanked the leash. Luna yelped. My stomach dropped. He took her from me. In that moment, he didn't just break the law, he broke me. I wasn't born blind. It happened the summer I turned 12. My first dog, Charlie, ran into the street chasing a tennis ball. I ran after him, screaming his name. I didn't see the car. The driver swerved to avoid Charlie and hit me instead. I woke up 2 days later in a hospital with bandages over my face, my mother's hand wrapped around mine, and a whisper of words I didn't understand. The optic nerve, severely damaged. She won't see again. Charlie lived. I didn't. At least not the version of me that could see sunsets or my mother's face. My new life was darkness and learning to trust my other senses. It was Luna, 6 years later, who taught me how to walk again, without fear, which is what made what happened at the mall so unforgivable. It happened on a rainy Thursday, one of those days when even the clouds seemed to whisper that something cruel was coming. I walked into Baxter's Market with Luna, my golden retriever guide dog. She trotted beside me, proud and purposeful. I wore my sunglasses and had my white cane folded neatly in my coat pocket. Luna was all I needed today. I didn't hear the trouble coming. It wore a uniform and arrogance as its badge of honor.
Excuse me, ma'am. You can't bring that dog in here.
I paused near the produce aisle. The tone struck me like an open palm.
Look at this, folks. A blind woman claiming she's got a right to bring a mutt into a grocery store. You doing tricks with it too? What? He pick your apples for you?
A burst of laughter from someone near the deli. My cheeks flushed. Luna pressed against my legs protectively. Please stop, you're causing a scene. I just want to buy some groceries.
Buy groceries? What are you buying, ma'am? Hope you brought Braille bananas.
More laughter. A manager hovered in the background, useless.
What's this thing do anyway? Bark once for red apples and twice for green?
He reached for Luna's leash. My hand moved fast, but not fast enough. Don't touch her, please, she's all I have.
Oh, now I get it. You trained it to help you scam sympathy. Good gig.
Then he yanked the leash. Luna yelped. My stomach dropped. He took her from me. In that moment, he didn't just break the law, he broke me.
By the way, where is your little blind card or whatever it is?
He said it loud. People turned, their carts stilled, their pity stung. Under the Americans with Disabilities Act, I don't have to show proof.
Sure. Everyone's got an excuse these days. How do I even know you're blind? You were walking like you see just fine.
The humiliation thickened, coiling around my throat like smoke.
Take off your glasses. Let me see your eyes.
No, that's not your right. He grabbed my arm, hard.
If you won't cooperate, you're resisting. I can escort you out. You might even spend the night in a cell for disturbing the peace.
Someone murmured something from behind. She's blind, man. But no one stepped forward. He shoved me gently, but in my darkness, even gentle force turns violent. I fell back. Luna barked in defense, only to be held away by another officer. My ears rang. My lip was split. My pride shattered. I was handcuffed. They called it a safety measure. That night in the cell, I cried, not just from pain, but from a raw, blistering betrayal. Not just by Halter, by everyone who watched and said nothing. My story might have ended there, if not for Serena. Serena, my cousin, was a lawyer. Fierce, loud, sighted.
You're going to sue them into the Stone Age, but first, we're going to tell your story, your way.
We sued the city, The case dragged. Halter insisted I had faked my blindness.
She walked like she could see. No white cane, just a leash and a trained dog. Could have been anyone's pet. Officer Halter, are you trained to identify disabilities? No, but I trust my instincts. People fake all kinds of stuff nowadays.
I sat calmly on the stand, a spotlight of scrutiny in total darkness. I've been blind since I was 12. I've learned to navigate with dignity. That dignity was stolen from me by someone who didn't understand my world and didn't care to. The jury awarded me $2.4 million. But the real revenge wasn't the money. I wrote a book about my ordeal.
Call it blind justice. You know, like poetic revenge. Make it burn.
I wrote. Every word bled from that wound. I detailed the shove, the questions, the scorn. And I gave Rick Halter exactly what he deserved. Exposure. The book climbed the charts. #1 nonfiction for 12 weeks. A film studio optioned it. Talk shows called. I walked onto stages with Luna at my side and applause echoing where once there was silence.
Eva Miles, you turned a moment of tragedy into triumph. What do you want people to take from this?
That disability isn't a costume, and power doesn't excuse cruelty. But most of all, silence is complicity. Rick Halter was fired 2 months after the book launch. The department called it a necessary severance. After some months, I was at a book signing in Chicago when Serena walked up, face pale.
You're not going to believe this. He's suing you. Claims the book defamed him.
Let him come. Let the world see him again. He showed up to court clean-shaven, in a cheap suit, with a lawyer that looked like he specialized in divorces and DUIs. He spoke.
I lost everything. My job, my pension, my marriage. That book turned me into a meme. I can't go anywhere without being called dog thief cop or banana cop.
And I lost my sight and dignity, but I didn't lose my voice. The judge dismissed his case. The room burst into cheers. I walked out of the courtroom with Luna beside me again, my light. A year later, I received a package. No return address. Inside, a handwritten note.
You ruined my life. I didn't think it would go this far. You humiliated me.
And I smiled. Because sometimes justice isn't a courtroom verdict. Sometimes it's a sentence on a page. But the fall didn't stop there. Let me tell you what karma really looks like. One day, Serena visited me and said,
You're not going to believe this. Halter's GoFundMe for legal fees got flagged and removed. People flooded it with comments like, try working at Petco. And Banana Cop strikes again.
He tried to get work in private security. They Googled him. No one called back. A former colleague leaked texts. Halter begging to be rehired. Please, Dave. I'll take anything. Parking tickets, paperwork, I'm losing everything. Rick, I can't touch your name. It's toxic. He lost his apartment, then his car. He tried rideshare work. A passenger recognized him and filmed the ride. The video title went viral. Guess who's driving me? Mr. Braille Bananas himself. The company banned him. Former friends blocked him. Old drinking buddies ghosted him. Even his brother cut ties. Email from Halter's brother leaked.
You humiliated this family. People ask my daughters if their uncle is the guy who stole a blind woman's dog.
He applied to be a mall cop. Denied. Tried to teach security at a community college. Rejected. Former friend on news.
He used to mock anyone he didn't understand. Disabled folks, immigrants, poor people. We laughed along, but after blind justice, we all realized he wasn't just a jerk, he was dangerous.
He sent me one last letter.
I can't walk down the street without someone whispering. I sleep in a friend's garage. The news made me a monster. You wrote that book to ruin me.
No, Rick. I wrote that book so no one else would ever have to kneel in the middle of a produce aisle with blood in their mouth and a leash ripped from their hand while the world stood still and watched. I didn't destroy him. The truth did. Then came the film premiere, Sundance Film Festival. I sat in the front row, Luna at my feet, Serena beside me. The audience stood when the courtroom scene played. Afterward, a teenager with her own white cane approached.
Your story made me want to speak. I reported my teacher last week. He used to mock me in front of class because I read with my fingers.
I hugged her, tight. Rick Halter moved out of state, changed his name. But it didn't matter. You can't run from who you were. And I I lived. I teach now. Writing, advocacy. I help others find their voice, even in the dark. Some say I was blinded by fate, but I say I was sharpened by it. And in that darkness, I found the one thing Halter never had. Light. Thanks for watching.
We heard a monstrous rev of an engine. Then Car's tire screeched to a halt by the venue entrance. Out stepped Gavin, wearing a white suit that made him look like a twisted Elvis impersonator.
Who is that?
You've got to be kidding me. He marched straight up to the altar with a sneer like a villain in a soap opera. Jordan Blake, I told you you'd regret crossing me. You'd better step back, pal. This is a wedding. You think you can defy me after all I've done for you? Done for me? You exploited your staff. You called at all hours. You had interns walking your dog. I made you. Without me, you're nothing. Let's cool this little love fantasy down, shall we? I never imagined my wedding day would turn into a viral video. One not about love, but revenge. My name is Jordan Blake, a 29-year-old systems analyst who worked under the most insufferable man I've ever met, Gavin Trent, regional manager of Nexacorp. To call him a boss would be too generous. He was a dictator in an overpriced suit. And on the day I pledged my life to someone who truly loved me, he tried to destroy it all. But in doing so, he destroyed himself. Let me take you back. Jordan, I don't pay you to take breaks when you feel like it. This isn't kindergarten. I was on my legally approved lunch break, Gavin. Next time you want to take lunch, do it at 2 a.m. like the rest of us real workers. That was his favorite pastime, shouting people into submission. His power was his voice, and his victims were his employees. He would call me at 3 a.m. to fix things the intern team could handle. And when interns were too scared to speak up, he'd exploit them too. He made me drive his kid to school yesterday. Said if I refused, he'd tell HR I was late again. What? That's not even in your job description. He says our job is to obey. Hey you, Emily, the intern, you still wear thrift store shoes? Want me to start a GoFundMe?
No, sir, I am good.
Good? You're poor. There's no good in that. That's inappropriate, Gavin. Are you her dad now? Watch it, Jordan, you're replaceable. He made 2 interns arm wrestle in front of everyone, saying the loser had to work weekends without pay. When HR heard and confronted him, he smiled and said it was team building. And me? I was his favorite punching bag. Why? Because I had talent. And worse, I had dignity. He once made me cancel my grandmother's memorial because he had an investor meeting and needed me to carry the damn projector and PowerPoints. I should have quit, but I needed the job to pay for my wedding and support my family. Gavin, I've submitted my leave request for my wedding. It's been approved by HR. Leave? For what? A wedding? You think you're indispensable, Jordan? I've never taken leave in 2 years. This is personal. You'll regret this. Mark my words. Here's what I didn't know. Gavin had booked a huge meeting with foreign investors on the same weekend as my wedding. He needed me there to present the analytics dashboard I had built for 6 months, but I refused to cancel my wedding for him. And that's why he snapped. He said I chose a dress over destiny. The sky was perfect, the music soft and romantic. My beautiful wife, Leah, walked down the aisle, radiant in her lace gown. I was near tears when the chaos started. We heard a monstrous rev of an engine. Then Car's tire screeched to a halt by the venue entrance. Out stepped Gavin, wearing a white suit that made him look like a twisted Elvis impersonator.
Who is that?
You've got to be kidding me. He marched straight up to the altar with a sneer like a villain in a soap opera. Jordan Blake, I told you you'd regret crossing me. You'd better step back, pal. This is a wedding. You think you can defy me after all I've done for you? Done for me? You exploited your staff. You called at all hours. You had interns walking your dog. I made you. Without me, you're nothing. Let's cool this little love fantasy down, shall we? Before anyone could stop him, he walked back, climbed onto the car he came with, a vehicle that had a water tank attached, and blasted the sprayer right at the aisle, drenching Leah, me, the priest, and the first 2 rows of our guests. Guests screamed. Leah gasped. My mother fainted. I stood frozen. That's it! Then, my brother lunged. With a brutal punch, he knocked Gavin flat on his back.
Call the police!
As Gavin scrambled up, soaked, furious, and humiliated, someone yelled, "The cops are on their way!" He panicked and ran, slipping on the wet pavement. His pristine white pants ripped from the crotch down as he crashed into a dessert table. Cameras, phones, drones, even the videographer, caught everything. He drove off, leaving behind a trail of whipped cream and broken pride. But it wasn't over. That night at 8 p.m., my phone buzzed.
OMG, check this link. It's viral. Wrecked wedding boss.
Within hours, Reddit, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube had clips of "Crazy boss destroys wedding, gets wrecked." By midnight, over 2 million views. Then came the fallout. His wife, Melissa Trent, had seen the video.
"You humiliated yourself and me. I'm filing for divorce and taking the kids."
We were called to an emergency meeting. The CEO, Mr. Randall Shaw, stood at the front with a red face and folded arms. This company will not be associated with abusive behavior, nor will we tolerate public scandals. Mr. Gavin Trent is hereby terminated, effective immediately. The boardroom erupted in claps. HR had received 30 anonymous complaints from interns that same morning. I sued him for emotional damages, property damage, and public harassment. He was forced to pay $120,000 in damages, enough to cover our wedding redo and therapy. 3 months later, downtown delivery hub. I was grabbing coffee near the office when I saw him. Wearing a wrinkled polo and khakis, he was unloading food from an old car. Gavin was on the phone, talking to someone. "Yeah, I'm at the clients. No, I don't care if they're rude, just trying to get tips." Our eyes met. He looked away instantly. "That guy used to be someone big, huh? Now he delivers for Snack Dash." One day, someone stole 2 large pizza orders from his car while he went to get a drink. The customer reported it, and Gavin got a strike on his delivery record. The store manager berated him in front of everyone. "You think you can slack off and lose food and still keep this job? One more mistake and you're out." A teenage delivery guy caught the perfect moment on camera. Gavin tripping over a scooter and sending a tray of milkshakes flying. The clip exploded online. Within hours, it was everywhere. Another viral humiliation. Worst of all? He once delivered food to the apartment of Emily, the intern he mocked for her shoes.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Designer Suit. Careful not to trip in my thrift store hallway.
Just take your order.
Smile for the intern's revenge Instagram. You're gonna trend again.
But karma wasn't done with him yet. A few former interns formed a startup, Bright Logics, and are now getting investor funding. They invited me to consult and gave me equity. Meanwhile, Gavin's car got booted. I know, because he tweeted it, on a burner account, which people quickly exposed. This time, we had it by the beach. No drama, just love, laughter, and vows.
You think he learned his lesson?
He learned the cost of underestimating the people he stepped on. Gavin tried suing for defamation but lost. No lawyer wanted to represent him for free. He now bikes food around downtown and lives in a 1-bedroom shared flat with peeling wallpaper. He delivers to the same tech park he once managed. Only now he waits outside, holding lukewarm noodles, while the new generation of interns laugh behind the glass. As for me, married, happy, respected, and finally free. Because sometimes, the best revenge is simply letting them drown in the consequences they created. Thanks for watching.